Hi, this is Rich Carlson. Welcome to another episode of The Art of Rope Work from Canyons and Crags. I'm here at the Moline River just outside of Jasper, Alberta with my friend Joe Storms. Joe is a canyon guide with Rocky Mountain Canyoning here in Jasper. He's also been a Swiftwater rescue instructor for the past 20 years. Joe's here to give us some instruction on the do's and don'ts when working around Swiftwater, especially when working with rope. Hi, Joe.
Morning, Rich.
Joe, I'm going to turn the rest of the instruction over to you.
Sounds good.
In cold water, thermal protection is crucial. You have the choice between wearing a wetsuit or a dry suit. Wetsuits work by trapping a layer of water against your body that is warmed by your body. Dry suits, as the name implies, work by keeping water out, allowing you to wear an appropriate amount of thermal layering under the dry suit. With the water temperatures here in Alberta, Canada, Joe would need to wear a very thick and bulky wetsuit that would restrict movement to get the same level of protection as he can get with a dry suit.
Little point to bring up, if you are wearing a dry suit, to make sure that the zipper is fully done up.
Take note of how purposeful Joe is being when suiting up and gearing up. He is paying close attention to anything that might hang or dangle to ensure it is tucked in and cannot snag on rocks or branches in the water. When working with rope, we also need other material, such as carabiners, ascending gear, webbing, slings, cord, and prussics. Joe is taking great care to wrap his cord and slings into tight little packages to reduce the chance of them snagging. But even then, he keeps the actual amount of gear hanging from his harness to a bare minimum, preferring instead to stow most gear in a bag. This is obviously an excessive amount of gear, and the way it is being carried is ridiculous. If you ever carry this much gear in this way, especially in Swiftwater, someone needs to initiate Rich's two-step process. Step 1 involves bitch slapping. All joking aside, perhaps I should not use this exaggerated photo to make the point. It only takes one piece of loose gear to snag on a branch or rock underwater to hold you down and kill you. It has happened. A good knife is a critical piece of gear in Swiftwater. It needs to have a fixed blade and be carried where you can get at it quickly if you become entangled and need to cut yourself free.
So anytime that you plan on entering a Swiftwater canyon, flotation should be a consideration. There's several different types of Pfds out there. It all depends on the volume of water in the canyon. For smaller Swiftwater canyons where you anticipate short swims, not necessarily that deep of pools, you can look at something like a comp vest or a competition vest that wakeboarders typically use. Something like this one right here, it's very low profile, single zipper, holds very close to your body, but it only provides maybe about 10 pounds of flotation. Next jacket that we have is a typical paddling jacket. This one is for kayaking. Again, very little in the shoulders for a lot of upper body movement. You will note though, we're starting to get into quite a bit more straps. This is typically 15.5 pounds of flotation. So in a larger canyon or deeper or longer swims, this is probably a better choice, but we have to address these buckles, and we'll do that in a minute. Finally, for big water canyons, lots of moving water, high flow, we want to look at something that's quite beefy. Something like this. This is a rescue jacket. This offers probably around 25 pounds of flotation. So for very aerated water, if there's lots of turbulence, more flotation is better. This is going to actually keep your head out of the water. Everything has a positive and a negative to its use. The more buckles on a PFD, the better it fits. More buckles means the less likely the jacket is going to ride up. But conversely, those buckles means entrapment. So with these straps, as you can see, they're quite long, and I don't want these things floating around, particularly if I'm rubbing up against rocks, trees, logs, any kind of debris in the water. So at the very least, I want to either tuck it in my jacket like that. If this is my own jacket and I'm wearing as much gear as I anticipate for any trip, I will actually cut this. This is not integral to the design of the jacket, so it should not void any warranties or anything like that if you're concerned about warranties over your life. The other option is to twist this around multiple times until it is packed away and there's no possibility of it coming loose. Nice and clean, and then I have this final strap as well, where I would do the same. So what I'm looking for is just a streamlined profile in the water.
Another indispensable tool when working in or near Swiftwater is a rescue throw rope. These ropes are made with fibers that float to keep them on the surface of the water. They are stuffed in a bag for easy deployment, which involves holding the tail of the rope and throwing the bag. It is not enough simply to carry a rescue throw rope. You need to learn how to use it and practice with it so you are ready when the need arises.
I've been playing around in Swiftwater for many years, and I've learned to love and respect the water. And that's something that if you're going to be working in Swiftwater canyons, you should learn too.
If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. And please feel free to share it on your favorite social media. Thanks for watching.